Hi, I'm Jody with World Tree Coaching, and this month, May 2019, at World Tree Coaching, we're talking about the topic of transition in the expat life. Many of you know that last week I returned from the Families in Global Transition Conference in Bangkok. And this conference, if you've never heard of it before, is an absolutely fabulous reunion of people from all over the world who are living the internationally, globally mobile lifestyle, or serving those who do. So I find the experience to always be an incredible opportunity to connect personally and professionally with people who are interested in better understanding this international life that we lead. So this year at the conference, I was especially tuned into and aware of the topic of transition and how to address transition within your family, and particularly thinking about with my kids. And that's because we'll be leaving our home of the past 4 years, Tokyo, in just a few short weeks. And while we've done this many, many times, as my kids get older and our lives change, I feel an increased kind of interest and awareness of how I go about as a parent, but also as a partner to my husband, and even as a friend to people in my community, in creating a transition that works, not just for me, but for the people in my life. The particular presentations that got me most interested in this and thinking about this more, there was one presentation by Gerda Van Loon and Diana Rongen, and they were talking about the kind of values or system through which you see your international transition. And then the other one was with Shelley Burrows, who is an art psychotherapist based in the UK. And when I got back home, I wanted to continue thinking about this and kind of create a way that I could begin the conversation, or rather deepen the conversation with my kids about transition. And I asked one question that had such a profound effect. I've realized that in many ways, it could serve as the single most important question you can ask to start the conversation. So after I'd been back a couple nights, I was sitting around the dinner table with my kids and we were talking about transition. And I asked them, how do you need me and dad to be as we move? And I wasn't sure how they were going to answer, but their answers were near instantaneous. They knew exactly what I meant. My 11-year-old said, understanding. My 7-year-old said, empathy. And my 13-year-old said, yourselves. I need you to stay yourselves. This was so powerful for me because it gave me a really clear picture of how I can meet each of them where they're at and demonstrate that we're here for them during the transition. It's actually a question that my husband and I, while we don't ask each other directly, or we haven't before, although we might now, we're always kind of looking at this and how we can best be there for each other during times of transition. So asking this clear question for my kids was surprisingly effective. And I was so impressed with their ability to access so quickly what they most needed from me. And also that they had the language to do it, which is a lot, I think, thanks to their school, where they do a lot of work around emotions and mindfulness and really connecting to expressing themselves. So here are a couple things that I think you gain from being able to ask this question. The first thing is that you offer your loved ones the opportunity to fully express and communicate their needs. Sometimes we assume we know what people want, but when we ask, then we have the clear communication. And that's empowering for us, and it's also empowering for them. So the second big thing we gain from that is about that empowerment for us. When we see a clear description of what our loved ones need from us, we can set our intentions or our goals around behaving in that way that they need. And it also gives us the opportunity to reset if we feel like we've gotten off track or we're not behaving or interacting with them in the way that we know that they need. And then the third real benefit of this is it creates community and cohesion within your family network, or even with other relationships that you may be kind of dealing with over the course of transition. When we all ask each other how we feel, and when we ask each other what we need, we're creating this understanding that this is a community experience, that this is a family experience, and that we are a team, and that we can do this together. So if you're in transition, or even if you have a transition coming up, I strongly encourage you to start the conversation by asking your loved one, how do you most need me to be for you during this time of transition? I'll put links to the LinkedIn profiles of the 3 people I mentioned in the comment section, and I'll also link to my blog post where I talk about my experience and reflections from this year's Families in Global Transition Conference. Thank you so much, and I will see you back here in June for our June topic video. Thank you.